just to hear, to make sure. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's go back to my channel. This one. This one. Yay! Okay, I think it's working. Let me just play the music and see if it's okay. This one. Yay! Yeah, I think it's okay. So if you could let me know. Someone's giving me a thumbs up. I'm assuming it's saying it's okay. The audio is okay. I hope so. Just gonna share. Just gonna share the link. Thank you, Lucas. Let me just do this. Password. So hi and welcome to the Thursday stream. So I do this stream on Thursdays at 6 p.m. UK time, and you watch on this YouTube channel, and to ask questions you have to friend me on Skype, and then you can message questions to me, or you can ask to call in. So normally I do the introduction and then I open for questions on Skype. So I'll just do the introduction and then, yes. And the title for the talk is "This is that. This is that. This is that." That must be a very strange title if you're not familiar with this subject. This is that? What's that about? This is that. So it's funny when the words come. So, out of nothing. So so normally humans are looking for something. They're looking for something. We're never quite sure what it is, but there's an expectation or an uncomfortableness and a waiting or a looking or a moving towards something. It's a real energetic thing. This real feeling begins at some age of incompleteness, of limitation, and this waiting or this looking for something starts to happen. And there are all these suggestions of what that thing that is looked for is, or is. All these suggestions, all these ideas presented as the possible thing we're looking for. So we're told to work hard at school and get a good job, get a good future. That's the thing you're wanting or needing or looking for. We're the right thing, find the right group to belong to. Whatever it is, there's always this looking for something. Get the right partner, get be healthy, be a conscious person, Be conscious of your environment, conscious of what food you're eating, be healthy, there are all these different things. Yeah, I'm plugged in. Then we have religion, so the idea of being a holy person, being a righteous person, following a teacher, or being a part of a group or something, a spiritual group, or healing your aura or your chakras, or becoming this perfect person. And then you will arrive at this place you're longing for, this place of perfection, this place of home, this holy place. Then there can be that relaxing, then there can be that completeness, that wholeness, that at peaceness. So there's always this moving towards something, working towards something, to finally arrive, to finally reach this place of enough. And what's being spoken about is that place that is looked for, that thing that is looked for, this imagined place, this imagined feeling, is what is happening. Which is a really crazy thing to say. Like, it's a really crazy thing to point out, or to suggest that this is it. What you long for is what is happening. What you long for is what is happening. This happening, this appearance. It's something that would never be looked for. Because there's a sense of lack, a sense of something's missing, there's going to be a looking somewhere else. Looking in time, looking in the intellect, looking in the future, because it can't be already happening, it can't already be this. But this is the illusion that there is something else, that there is a future to move towards, that you are moving in time, you are something in time, moving to a future, to a better place, or a worse place. That's an illusion, meaning that that isn't true. That isn't true. And so, therefore, there isn't anything missing. There isn't anything out of place. No matter what it is. This is the happening. This is life happening. So we'll see what questions there are. we'll see what questions there are. Oh no, I have to use Skype on my phone because I can't use my laptop for the stream and for Skype. So Robert turn. Well, let me go on Skype. Hang on. Where's Skype? Robert, I'll put this here. There's so much in and out for me, like being totally released and relieved and very happy, and then this thought stream appears and takes over. This has been going on for a couple of years, and I know there's nothing I can do, but can you speak to this? Thanks. Yeah. Hi, Robert. Yeah. I don't really know what to say to you about that. That tends to be what seems to happen. So, like the dream, it feels as if there's this opening and a closing, and an opening and a closing. But that's only really reportable from that dream, from the mind. So the mind can say there was an opening and now there's a closing, an opening and a closing. So it only come from a mental position, a mental story. It's not actually true. It's just a mental perspective, a mental story of what's happening. So maybe it feels like there's more opening and more closing, so you feel more joyous, more free, more happy, and then more of a contraction. But I wouldn't believe that story of it. I wouldn't believe that description of it. That description in time of this seeming process happening of opening and closing. I wouldn't believe that as truth. So opening and closing can only appear for that one in a story. It's not truth. And the suffering comes with that belief in that story of I was opened and now I'm closed. Suffering comes, and stories are about why can't I keep this? Why can't I have this? Why is life like this? Heavy, depressive stories. When the initial story of the description of that isn't actually true. It can't be true. It can't be true. It can be a way of speaking, it can be a way of describing, but actually it's not true. There is only this. There is only what is happening. So maybe the human can feel more joyous or more sad and miserable or whatever. Maybe the emotions can change, the feelings can change. And the feelings do change. Everything changes. That's the nature of things or forms, to change. You can't be a still emotion or a still thought or a still feeling. But there is something which isn't a thing, that is still, is unchanging, that can't open and close and can't move and change. And that always is, always is. It just can't be found as a thing, a permanent thing. So everything is in flux and changing and moving. But what those things actually are, ultimately can't change. Which is really bizarre. So we see hand, and hand seems to be moving and changing this way and that way, hot and cold, wet and dry. There seems to be this changing, this movement of the hand. But what makes up the hand isn't in that. So it can't be, isn't caught up in that, the qualities of hand. What actually makes up the hand, if you zoom into the hand, there is nothing in the hand. It's emptiness. So that emptiness can't be hot and cold or dry and wet. It isn't a thing. And yet it appears as those seeming things, those seeming qualities. So when identification happens, there's this identificating with form, with the changing qualities. So we think we are hot, we are dry, we are wet, we are cold, we are hand, we are feeling, we are thought, we are ideas and beliefs. And that's not the truth. That's not who we are. That's not what this is. It isn't a person. It isn't a thing. There isn't someone sitting here. There isn't someone moving the hand and someone speaking and thinking and feeling and asking and responding. So to try and find permanence, let's say permanence, or who we are, to try and find that as a feeling or an experience, as a story, as a description, is never gonna be satisfying or a permanent thing. Things aren't permanent. The dates or feelings aren't permanent. So I can't really describe or prescribe something that this imagined you can do to be always what you are. You already are that. I can't prescribe something to keep the form reality static and permanent. It can't be. It's changing, it's moving, it's flowing. So this isn't in experience. This isn't in experience. No matter how bliss the experience, it isn't found in experience. Thank you, Robert. Hi, Lucas. Thank you. Good quality. I think I might buy a background screen thing to have to hide the bed a bit. I think Robert's left, so yeah. That's all the questions. Questions done. I just got an image of somebody throwing a ball and I'm like batting it out of the park. No more balls. We can't play anymore. But Robert, you're welcome to respond or ask or clarify or ask more about that if you feel to. Okay, yeah, no problem, Robert. Thank you for your question. So there's no more questions. So it's so beautiful. I'll end the stream. I'm doing an interview, I think, or a talk. I think, I'm not sure. A talk. I think it is tomorrow on Nothing Media. So you can tune into that. I think it's at 5. Yeah, it's at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for joining the stream. Who wants to hear the outro music or not? Let's play it anyway.